Hey everyone, we're live from allbrands.com. I'm Barbara, and this is the All Brands Show. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I hope you can hear me over the delivery trucks outside. They always come at 3:30 on Thursday, just in time for our show. But I do have a fun surprise for you. At the end of this broadcast, we will be doing a giveaway. So please comment #AllBrands to be eligible for that. And I'll announce a winner at the end. So good luck. Today we're going to be talking about my beautiful B990. Oh, that's my shirt. Anyway, I'm so excited. I got it open. I filmed an unboxing. We're just prepping that to go. And now I'm getting to play with the features and I'm falling in love with this machine. And I can't wait to show you just some of the things that I've been playing with. There's so many things that this machine can do. It'll take hours to go through everything. So we're just going to touch on a few things. So I thought, we all love quilting. Why not talk about some quilting features on the B990? So I actually have this little serger quilt that we made in a previous video. And I'll just show you what we're going to do. First, we're going to do embroidery. So I'll show you some of the samples of the beautiful embroidery work. So here's some feet we're going to talk about later. But, okay, so this is free motion testing, ruler testing. Look at this beautiful embroidery right here. And then this is embroidery right here. So let's do another one. It just turns out so beautifully, and as you can see, I am not the best quilter in the world. I had never promised that I was, but guess what? I can have irregular shaped blocks and morph my design to fit in those blocks infinitely up and down because these are like sizable files. So let's get into that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hoop my quilt in the jumbo hoop. But first, before we do that, let's see if there's any questions. I want to call out Annie. Hey Annie, welcome to the show. Thank you for being a YouTube member. So if you hop on over to our YouTube channel and join, you get behind the scenes exclusive content from Courtney every Tuesday. And yeah, cool. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get this hooped up real quick. And it's a very large hoop that comes with this machine, which is perfect for quilting. This is a 12 by 16 hoop, okay? I don't have the biggest from the other model. Anyway, this thing is huge, and you could do 12-inch blocks, which is perfect. I am not skinny by any means, and this thing I can fit through all the way. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to loosely hoop and I wanted to show you, oh gosh, these hoops. And if you know Bernina, you know these hoops that has this like quick release. It's so wonderful. You can just tighten it very easily, and then it just releases like this. So great. Anyway, all right, so we're going to hoop her up. We're going to go on over to the embroidery, and then let me know if you have any questions along the way. All right. Very easy to hoop in this machine. Beautiful, beautiful. Make sure you have a large surface area. How many of you have upgraded your cabinet? If you have this machine or have ordered this machine, there is a Bernina Luxe cabinet that this fits in. I'll show you the machine. It's absolutely stunning. All right, here she is. So, okay, here she is. She has 14 inches from the needle to the neck. So there's tons and tons of space and area to get your quilts in there for free motion for embroidery and for like consider this as a long arm. So one of our other dealers put out a video that I thought was really great, and he made a very good observation. So Bernina makes a Q16 long arm machine, and that is only 2 inches bigger than this. And this has so many more features on it. So the fact that it's like very, very close to like the actual long arms, is just amazing. So let's go ahead and look at the feet that I'm going to be using today. So since we're starting with embroidery, there's a 26 foot, and this one's specially made to use with the laser. And then you have 3 needle plates that come with the machine, okay? And we'll use all 3 of these today. So this one's for embroidery. You see that there's like just one hole. This one is for our BISR. So what's that? Bernina Integrated Stitch Regulator. And it has a hole here to read the fabric movement. And then we'll talk about jumbo stitch a little later. And this is our 9mm needle plate cover. Okay, back to it. So I love that these just pop on and off very easily. And there's a sensor in the machine, so it knows which needle plate is on. Not only do the needle plates pop on and off very easily, you can literally put the foot on with one hand. Because there's just a little, here we go. See, put it on with one hand. I love it. It's wonderful. Also, the automatic needle threader. This is very similar to the needle threader that was on the B790 Pro. So it just works just like this. And we'll thread our needle. And there you go. Threaded very easily, very nicely. Okay. There's also, comes with this machine, a high tension bobbin case. I'm not necessarily using that on this because we're just doing a straight stitch, but just know that that is an option for you. And you have your Bernina's big bobbins with this machine, so you're not going to run out of bobbin thread very easily. So let's go to our screen. All right, I'll zoom in so you can see. Here is our home screen that we have. So, and we'll play around with a bunch of pieces of this, and we'll do tons more videos too. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe. So we're going to go to embroidery first, but here's sewing, and then Bernina Integrated Stitch Regulator. You also have a help center and settings. So let's go to embroidery. All right, and I was playing before, so I'm just going to go and I'm just going to delete what I was doing. So all you have to do to delete is just swipe left. How many of you? I mean, there's some programs where you can swipe left, swipe right. If you don't want the design anymore, just swipe left, okay? If you're not interested in the design, just swipe left. And here's where you select your feet. Okay, so I have the 26 foot. Let's see. I'm going to go back home. First of all, let's see. We have 40C. Okay, I have 26 on. That's what I want. And it's going to tell me for embroidery all the different feet that I can use that Bernina makes. I love this one, 44C. It's like a cup foot. So if it glides over something that's like has layers on it, it's not going to catch things as easily, and it really holds that fabric down to prevent flagging. It's wonderful. Here's a free motion couching foot. There's just so many different feet that you can use. So 26 is the one that we're going to use. So when I have that selected, we'll see it now. It says 26. Okay. And here is where you select your needle plate. Since it is automatic, it does already know that we have that straight stitch or embroidery needle plate on there. And the beautiful thing about that is, if you're like me and you forget to change your needle plate, the machine will let you know before it makes a mistake, which I'm very grateful for. Okay, so let's go ahead and play with a few features on this screen that I think are really cool. First of all, I rehooped my fabric, or my quilt, okay? And look how this thing is just not straight, okay? But I want to scan it into the machine. So I'm going to go to the eyeball here and click the hoop. And then now I can either choose no background, scanned image, or color. So let's go to scanned image. Okay, and it's going to bring up what I had before. So we'll go back. I'm going to say no background. Let's see here. And, you know, this is so new for me. Okay, so there is a way. Oh, look at this. This is grids, which is cool. I like the grid. So there's multiple options. There's like a crosshair square in the middle. There's also like a fully gridded part of the screen. Okay, so we're going to go back here and scanned image. Okay, so I'll go to scan image, and then I'm going to choose scan hoop. Okay, so scan hoop, scanning in progress. Okay, it knows that I do not have my hoop on the machine yet. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it. It has these nice little releases here on the hoop. If you're familiar with Bernina hoops, they're wonderful. And I will follow the instructions. Okay, and first it's going to do its little collaboration. I'm going to say, okay. This machine is so quiet. Here comes our embroidery unit. Ah, wonderful. All right, so now it's telling me to attach my embroidery hoop, so I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to pinch these little edges here and then drop it up to down. Okay, making sure my quilt is not underneath that part. I'm going to click OK. And then we have on our screen, it's going to start scanning my hoop, okay? And while it's scanning, we have Burning here, short for Bernina, is going to be giving us updates. And you'll see like the little Swiss mountains with the Swiss flag. Super cute. Fun fact about this machine, these are handmade in Steckborn at the factory. They're really well-made machines. So I'm going to check to see if we have any questions while it's scanning. I see 1 star. Thank you. Does it cook and do the dishes? Brenda. Oh my gosh. So you won't be thinking about cooking or doing dishes with this machine. So let's see. It is so quiet, Kelly. Yes, I agree. It's very quiet. Hey, Courtney, thank you for watching. So cool. So Courtney got the real training, but I just picked it up just by sitting down and pressing buttons. I love how user-friendly it is and how there's words on the screen now. Joe, can you use a magnetic hoop? Yes. So I'm pretty sure that Designs Machine Embroidery makes magnetic hoops for Bernina machines. All right, so you'll see magically on our screen we have our new background scanned, and I'm going to zoom in. All right, and here's my quilt and my uneven blocks. Imagine that. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I can have my grids or not have my grids. And I'm going to go to this plus sign. So on the right here, you have like layers of your different embroidery files. So you can see it from like what's on the bottom layer to what's on the top layer. So there's currently just an empty space there now. I'll click plus and check out this new screen. It says embroidery designs, lettering, sewing, personal folder, USB stick. Let's go to embroidery designs. And there's even more, even more inspiration. This is what I really had fun playing with today. So inspirations, there are a number of different projects on We All Sew blog, and like the chair that they had at BU, it's in some of their marketing material. It's like a back of chair cover because this hoop is so big. It's a very large design. It's beautiful. And they have an organizer that you can follow along with. And there was a pink dress in some of the marketing material that you may have seen. And these floral patterns are just stunning. Stunning. My goodness. And then quilts. Look at these. I think these are so fun. And I don't know if you can read this, but this says BQM. That's a long arm file. So that means it's basically like a vector file that you can size up or down infinitely, as long as it's, you know, big enough, depending on your hoop size of your machine. So these BQM files are amazing, and they're super cute, and I really like them. And we'll probably come back and use these because I think these are, they're my style. I think that they're fun. Okay, but let's go back because there's more. There's a whole category of quilting embroidery designs here. And these are also BQM files. So look at these. You have borders. You have, oops, I clicked one. Now we get to learn how to delete. See, swipe left, click OK. We're going to go back. All right. And then we can easily get back on the screen. Look at these beautiful, look, oh my gosh, our scroll bar is only here. Look how many embroidery designs. Wow. Wow. And with software, you can build even more. It's the sky's the limit. And with the Bernina softwares, you can bring your scanned image into the software to digitize it on top of the design, which is so amazing. So we also have accents, borders, really cool stuff. There's also another feature that I thought was really cool in here, and that's so like, let's say I have something like this, okay? And then I wanted to, I can bring it up here. I'm going to size it. And you can like click and hold. And like if you wanted to, you know, mirror left and right, mirror up and down, you can do that, you know, which is really cool. I'm going down so many rabbit holes just because this machine is so much fun to use. You can move it left or right with these little knobs here, or you can go into your edit screen and there's tons of written out things that you could do. So it will tell you without just giving icons, which thank you, Bernina, for that. I'm so grateful. Let's say I wanted to resize this. I can resize it together. So all like bigger or smaller, right? Like this. I can also, I'm pretty sure you can like click and drag it bigger or smaller like that. So there's multiple ways to do things, and the screen, the touch sensitivity of the screen is like no other machine that I've seen on the market. So if you say you wanted to make it really long, you're doing a border, and I want the height to, I can make it larger like this. I can make it larger with these. I can click and move it around in the hoop very easily. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of our edit screen. I'm going to swipe left. Okay, so if you've seen dating apps, you basically swipe left on the guy that you don't want to go out with. So just think of it like that. It's really funny, you know, swipe left. We don't want to do that design. Anyway, joke for the day. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to our inspirations, and I'm going to go to that quilt section because they're so cute. And let's just choose like one of these BQM files, okay? So I can see the 4 corners here, and it's like not fitting in my square, okay? So I want to click the edit button here, and I want to go to, this is edit, this is arrange, and this is position. I want to go to the pinpoint placement, and this is my favorite feature that's on the B790 Pro. The only difference is now we have the camera and the laser and the 4-point morph positioning. So, you know, this is a wonderful feature that's on the B790 Pro, brought into the B990, add the camera, and it makes it oh so much better because I can do my positioning on the screen. So I'll choose 4-point placement. Oops, let's see. Pinpoint placement, 4-point, and then morph. Okay. And then I'll choose my corner that I want, and I'll see on my screen where that is, but I'll also see on my hoop. Can you see the little laser point there? Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Look at that. Hey, that's amazing. So not only am I seeing it visually in front of me, I'm seeing it on the actual fabric too. So I'm using my knobs here, and I'm just moving the point down and to the left. So I'll show you how I was doing that. So I just move it down and to the left, and I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at my laser, and it makes it so easy. And it's like, it checks itself, you know? Like I know that the camera's not off because the laser is in that exact same spot too. And whenever I'm ready to go to the next one, I just choose the next corner, and I can actually, I think, can you click and drag? Let's see. No. Okay, so you use the little knobs here. See, I'm just pressing buttons. We're learning, and it's so exciting. I can't wait for the guidebooks are coming out this month, which I'm super, super excited about. So all I have to do is just, and look how high this was. This thing is like so wonky. And I'm double checking it. The laser is actually more precise because this little circle is a little bit large on that corner. So I make it perfect by looking down at my little corner here with the laser and making sure that that laser is like right on it, right? Pinpoint placement. Okay, and then our upper one here, and then we'll just move it around, get it all set and ready to go. And then all we have to do is just embroider from there. So I'll zoom out and let's just embroider. And I think all I have to do is press start, right? Courtney, you're watching. All right. So let's just click go. Okay, I clicked go. I got an extra screen. Let's check this out. Look at all these options we have. Okay, it knows my hoop, it knows my stitch plate, it knows my foot. Quilt settings on or off. So this is going to be like your things that you want for quilting. So like that you don't want to trim the threads for every jump, you know. So if I turn it on, quilt settings on, the thread away and the thread cutting go off because quilters want to bury their stitches, right? Just for the sake of time, we're going to keep that off. We can add basting around the design or on the edge of the hoop. We can set the fabric thickness and how many colors are used. I can't wait to play more on this machine. There's just so many things that you can do, but we're just scratching the surface today. So let's go ahead and quilt in our little square. And we're gonna get started. And one thing I love about quilting in the hoop, computerized quilting, you can, without having to go in the settings of the machine to change the speed, look at that. And this machine is so smooth. So if I wanted to go fast, I just bump my speed up. If I wanted to go slow, I just bump it back down. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and check the comments, see if we have any questions. Courtney calls it market research. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Press the green check. Thank you, Courtney. I actually love the knobs. Sometimes on different models you have like this little up, down, right, left, and then you put it like 1,000 times. It's so much easier to just find it to get to your spot. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we have so much more to do. While we're doing that, let me go ahead and we're going to do BISR next. So I'm going to show you some feet that we're going to be using. All right. So when you do Bernina integrated stitch regulation, and I hope you can hear me, you're going to use this needle plate. So there's a stitch regulator in the bobbin area of the machine, and it reads through this little hole here. Okay, I think we're done. And these are, you can use a ton of different feet now when you're doing BISR. So we have ruler feet, so 72 and 72S. The only difference is with the S, there's a slit in it so you can put your thread inside the foot very easily. And this is my favorite foot. I'm in love with number 74. It's an optional accessory with the machine. It's well worth it. And let me show you guys something amazing. Just for you and All Brands customers, we have a coupon on any Bernina branded accessory. So if you're interested in any of these feet or you have had a foot on your mind, for the month of August, use code Bernina on our website and you can save on any of these feet here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just look at our embroidery. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Wow. Okay, let's check her out. Here we go. Oops, I'm standing in front of her. Here we go. Look how beautifully placed. Look how gorgeous that turned out. It's so easy to do. So let's play around some more. We're going to play around with BISR. And we're going to let go of the embroidery unit. And we're going to dive into free motion. Okay. So one thing that I like to do when I'm doing things, I'm not the best free motioner. I will be honest. But one thing that how I like to practice is I will take my fabric and I will just draw a design, okay, with like a water soluble pen. Okay, so let's just say I want to do something like some lines here, something like this. And this way, you know, if I don't like the way it turned out, I can always just erase it and restart over again. So just one way to practice, to you know, get better at free motion. And mine is going to be totally imperfect because I like imperfect. And we're just going to follow these lines. So don't be afraid to try something new. All right, so we have some lines drawn. I'm going to take my 74 cup foot. And the reason why I love this foot, okay, they use these on the long arms too. And when it goes like on and off of the quilt, this cup like avoids like this kind of thing, where you're coming on and it like takes your quilt like off of the space. Anyway, this thing is wonderful, and I love the way that it pushes the fabric down so that you don't get a lot of flagging with this foot. It just makes it very, very seamless. Okay, it's wonderful. All right, so let's go to our machine. I'm going to attempt the one-handed foot release. I took it off. Here we go. Let's try to put this one on with one hand. Woohoo! I did it. I'm going to pop off my needle plate. Okay, and then I'm going to put my new needle plate on. So that one went here. Okay. So this is the one we're doing BISR. So this is the one with the little hole in it. Okay, oops, here it is. That's the hole. So it reads, I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. The stitch regulator. There's a little glare on my little thing, but it's basically right here. It's attached to the inside of the door. Anyway, it's amazing. Make sure that your bobbin area is clean, so that when you're using BISR, it's going to read the fabric movement well. Okay, so I just pop this on, and I'll go ahead and pull up my bobbin thread. Oops. Okay, we're going to go to our screen, and we're now going to go to the little hamburger. Okay, have you ever seen a mobile-friendly app? They always use this little hamburger icon at the top. This basically means click me and you'll get tabs. Okay, so we're going to click that. We're going to get tons of options here, settings. There's even a quick link to BISR. Sewing, settings, question mark. That's cool. Touch the question mark, and then for more information, touch an area or icon. And then I touch the hoop area, and it's explaining that icon. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this machine. Whew. Okay, calm down, Barbara. Let me go home. I'm going to show you the regular way to get to BISR. So you would go home. This is your opening screen. It's right here as well. So you have multiple ways to get to things. And you'll notice that you can do Bernina integrated stitch regulation with straight stitch or zigzag. Okay. You have BISR 1. I really like BISR 1. BISR 2 is great for ruler work. Okay. BISR 1 is better for like things with points or freehand, free motion things. And then BISR 3, you'll notice the stitches got longer. That's basting. Okay. So we're not using rulers yet. So I'm going to use 1, which is actually my favorite. And you can set your stitches per inch here. You can set your RPM here. You can also use this function. It's called Kickstart. So I've been playing around with it. I'm getting used to it. But it's really, really handy, haha, because you get to keep your hands on the fabric. You don't have to take your hands off of the fabric, which then pulls your quilt off of your, you know, the bed of the machine. You get to really hold your project that you're working on, which is super important in my opinion. So that's this little notice here. It says click the heel of your foot control, and it will just start, and then to stop you just click the heel again. And from what I've noticed, you have to like click and hold the heel, but I'm still learning. Okay, So let's go ahead and we will put our fabric underneath our foot. I love this foot so much. I noticed that with other feet, like some of the other, there was like an open toe foot, and I got a little bit of flagging on that. And I like this one that there's like a little screw here that makes it go up and down. So you can really like, depending on the loft of your quilt, you can raise it up or down. Really a great foot. Okay, so when you get started with quilting, I'm going to make sure that I have a handle on everything here. Okay, and you always want to go left, right, up, down. You don't want to like twist and turn your material like that, okay? So I love that I could just press the foot control. I can keep my hands on the fabric and the foot will automatically lower. Thank you. Or you can use your knee lifter, whichever you prefer, but that's such a great thing. And guess what? I'm using the camera with BISR. Look at this. Do you see? I can see exactly where my needle is going to go in and out. One woman show here, but look at that. Look how perfect I can line it up, and I don't have to strain my neck to look down and around, because honestly, if you're looking from the angle that you're sitting at your machine, this is like the optimal ergonomic view, so that you don't strain your neck. It's very comfortable. I know that that you can understand the quilting pains, you know, from leaning over and pinning your quilt and all these things. And just, I'm so grateful for ergonomic features, and this is one of them. The camera makes it so much easier. I can see in real time. I can even see my hand underneath there. My niece gave me a manicure the other day. I can see everything in real time. So let's just get started quilting. I'm going to hold my heel down, and it's going to pull up my bobbin thread, and then I can get started. So I'm basically holding it down. Okay. And then I'm just following the lines. And whenever I stop, it's going to stop. Okay. Let me make sure that my thread is away from my, and it's going to end with the needle down, which is very helpful because you don't want your needle to come up. You shift the fabric and then you have a stitch that's like this long. So it's reading my movement of the fabric and automatically regulating the stitch. If it beeps at you, that means that you're violating the speed limit to where it can actually regulate the stitches. So it's really fun. It's super smooth. It's actually very relaxing. I love BISR. So easy to use. Let me go fast so that you can hear what it does. Ah! Okay, come on. There you go. You heard the beep? That means, wait a minute, you're going too fast. I can't regulate that fast. Okay. So this is BISR 1. Use this for, you know, your free motion. Okay. I'm just going to keep going around. Doesn't have to be perfect. But it really makes it fun. And a lot of people use a combination of embroidery, free motion, depending on, you know, the size of the area they're working with. Or if they want something like specific in one area of their quilt. Okay. And then you can tie off your threads. We're just going to trim. And there we go. And we have a regulated stitch here. Let's see, where is it? Look how nice. See how nice and even those stitches are? Really, really great. Okay, next thing that we're going to talk about is ruler quilting. So before, you had to buy a special extension table to do ruler quilting with BSR. Now we can use the Bernina ruler feet with the integrated stitch regulator. So 72 has been out for a long time. 72S is newer. And if you don't have this one, I definitely recommend it. It's going to save you a lot of time. The S stands for slit. I don't know if you could see this. That's a little slit so that you can stick your thread through so that it's going through the hole of the foot easily. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's try to one-handed again. Here we go. 1, 2. Still using the same needle plate. And if we have time today, I'm going to try to go over the jumbo stitch as well. Okay. So here's like the little slit. Do you see how I have my thread? And now it's like down in the hole under the foot. Love it. Okay, let's just pull up a bobbin thread. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm going to grab a ruler. I couldn't find my regular rulers, but this will do for now. And let's just go ahead and find a block, and I'll show you ruler work. So we're going to switch the screen from BISR 1 to BISR 2, which is the better option for ruler work. Okay, and then I'll put my straight edge next to my foot. I'm going to use my heel to drop it down, and then I'll, bring my bobbin thread up. Here we go. That way you can bury that later. Okay, so we're going to get it all lined up here. And then I'm going to click my heel, and it's going to start. This is the part that I'm still learning. Courtney, if you could give me a lifeline, that would be great. This is what I need to learn. So I'll try to. So whenever I know there's a way to start. I think you have to click and hold, right? Here we go. I can't wait for that guidebook to come out. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so basically with ruler work, when you're working with a ruler, you're going to want to pause to be able to move your ruler. So if you stop moving the fabric, even though it's still, if I move it right now, it's going to go like that. I can move my ruler, and without having to press more buttons, just keep on pushing, and it will continue that line. Okay? And then I can move on over to my next spot. So this one does take some getting used to, but I think it's really, really handy for ruler work because you do need to take those pauses to be able to move your ruler and go again. So when you stop, it stops. That's BSR 2. Okay, so we'll just keep going for a little bit longer and you'll see how it goes. So when I move the fabric, the needle goes in and out. When I stop moving the fabric, the needle stops moving in and out. Just like that. Okay? And that's basically how that works. And let's go on to one more thing. We're going to show jumbo stitch, which I think is really cool for quilting. All right, so we're going to switch our foot again, switch our feet. I'm going to take off my ruler foot, which I forgot to set it in the machine. Whoopsies. And I'm going to take off my needle plate here, which, you know, in the manual, they tell you to take the needle out because of the thing that I just did. Nicked my finger. Ouchies. Not too bad. Okay. I saw the laser. I thought it may have been blood. No, it's not blood. It's just the laser. Here we go. Okay, snaps in. All right, so I'm using 40C, which is what the machine recommends to use when you're doing jumbo stitch. So let's go to the screen. I'm going to go back home. Okay, so we did embroidery. We did BISR. Let's do sewing. And there's so many more things in each one of these sections. We just don't have time to show them all today. We're just scratching the surface. Let's go ahead and just check out some of these stitches. They're really, really nice. I like that you can change your view here. So if you want to see them small or large, you can see like a list or a grid, small or large. I like large. Anything that's easier on my eyes, I very much appreciate. And here's just our sewing and practical stitches. One, we have decorative stitches, and each one of these is a category of stitches. So look at all of these fun stitches. We have a sewing machine. We have scissors. Ah, this is so cute. I didn't even look in this category yet. Look at the needle and thread. I want to do this sewing machine. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, so once we choose our design, I'm going to exit out of that. I'm going to choose this edit icon. And you have tons of things. You can distort, mirror image, left or right. You can do repeats. You can make a triple stitch. There's just so much you can do. But I like this new button. It's called Jumbo Stitch. And I'm going to choose that. And just like we sized before, you can size it proportionally, which is going to be this one. Or if you wanted to make it longer or wider, you unclick this and then just change one or the other. And you'll see we have like a 14-inch throat sewing machine right here. This looks a little bit more like our B990. It's a lot longer of a machine than it was. But let's go ahead and we'll do proportional again. And I'm just going to make it very large. Let's see how big it will go. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is like those little BQM files, like vector files. Like it's going to digitize it in the machine after you make it on the screen. Isn't that amazing? And here's a new feature. This is like a connector thing that I have not played with yet. And I love that I can just stick my fabric under there and I can see where it's going to start and stop. Let's go ahead and put our foot on. So I'm going to use 40C. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that I put it in here. 40C. So I think for that stitch that we selected, these are the feet that you can choose from. So that's really handy to know that too. Presser foot overview. Oh, this is cool. So this is like all the feet. That's really neat. Love it. Okay. Rabbit hole is finished. So I'm going to put my fabric underneath and we can see in the camera that foot. Let me see something here. Oh, here's another thing I played with that's kind of fun. All right. So there is a grid line here that you can put on your camera to show, say you're doing your corner and you wanted to follow this line on your corner, that guideline, which I think you can move right. I think you can. We'll have to learn more about that one. But look, if that little camera was too small for me, I can zoom in and zoom out. Ah, so cool. But I wanted to see the design and where it's going. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that I can see everything. It has a little dot like where the preferred view is. So we'll just do that. And I can see my laser on my fabric. I can see through the camera. I'm just going to get started on my stitch. I'm actually going to do it in the middle. One thing about jumbo stitches, you got to make sure your fabric is not pulling, because the feed dogs are actually, moving right and left, backwards and forwards, all over the place. So if you put some drag on your fabric, it's going to pull an opposite direction of the way that the feed dogs are hopping. So just keep that in mind when you're doing jumbo stitch to keep your fabric very stable. I would probably, if I was doing jumbo stitch, do the panel first and then attach it to the quilt, just because it'll be a lot easier to manage. But we will go rogue today and put a big sewing machine on our quilt here. All right, let's get started. Here we go. All right, and she's sewing. Oh, it went way too far. Oh, okay, it's gonna go over. Do you see how it's hopping around? So this is your sewing machine. Isn't this crazy? I love it. And if you just keep going, it will continue to do like a line all the way around. So, and I know up on my screen where I'm at. Do you see the sewing machine here on the screen, the outline? Where I'm at in the actual process of this decorative stitch. Oh my gosh, that worked out so perfectly. Okay, so let me trim, and then we'll check that out. And oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. Look at our little sewing machine that we made. Here she is. Isn't that precious? Like for a sewing stitch, that is so cute, right? To have a little Bernina sewing machine as a sewing stitch. I love it. Okay, don't forget, we will do a giveaway very soon. So comment hashtag all brands. And oh my gosh, it's been so fun. It's been so fun talking about the B990 with everybody. Let's go ahead and check some comments. Okay. Courtney says, why do you like foot 74? Thank you for asking. This is it. And we have 20% off of Bernina presser feet and accessories with code Bernina on our website, allbrands.com. So the cup of this foot prevents fabric from getting on top or from being pushed. It also puts a really nice, like it holds the fabric down, and there's like no flagging with this foot. It can like roll over applique stuff very easily. It's wonderful. I think I may actually embroider with this most of the time. It's clear, so you can see through it. It's just wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. Okay, thank you for asking that, Courtney. All right, here we go. Switching. Okay, Barbara says, switching brands is so scary. What do I do with all my accessories? I don't know, Barbara, but I know that I love this machine, and I know that Bernina makes awesome feet. They're full shank feet. I've seen the factory where these are made and forged, and the machinery that it takes to put these together, and you can tell that seamstresses and embroiderers and people that use these machines invented these feet. They have a really huge catalog of accessories, which is really cool. All right. Cindy says, what does BISR stand for? Thank you. I'll actually show you guys because I think we have a little bit of time. Let me actually move my camera over and I will show you that. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. So I can take my extension table. So what's wonderful is I have my embroidery unit attached. I can basically just take my extension table and slide it over here, which some people do to, like, you know, move things out of the way to get to the bobbin area. So it's really like there is a window in the table where you can see, so you don't have to take the table off because having this like while embroidering is so nice. But the benefit of not having it on is that Bernina has this free arm embroidery, so you can get the free arm hoop and do like bags that are going to like wrap around in embroidery. Yeah, right. Yeah. Brain explosion. Because that's such a great feature. I love that, and they've had it forever. It's wonderful. Okay, so in the bobbin area, we're just going to open this here, and we have our BISR right here. So these are lasers, I guess, that are going to go up. They're going to shine up through the opening in the special foot plate. This one, it has the hole in it right here. And it reads the movement of the fibers of the fabric. And it automatically tells the machine slow down or speed up to maintain a consistent stitch width. So here's our bobbin area in the B990. And I love it because you have your big 7 series bobbin. The 7 series is just so user-friendly and a very big bobbin too. It holds 70% more than I think L bobbins. And let's see. Look how much is on there. Tons and tons of thread. If you ever need to get in there to clean it out, you just open this little hatch here and you can easily oil your hook and all of that. So you should turn it off though before you do that for safety. Anyway, yeah, I love the bobbin area. I love the BISR. It's really, really wonderful. So these bobbin cases are really nice. So this is the one for sewing. You're going to have a yellow one that comes with it. That's your like high stitch density embroidery bobbin case. So it has like a different, it's weighted different so that the embroidery turns out really nice. And embroidery on Bernina is very beautiful. All right, so then when we're done, we just can trim our thread like right here and then close that and then bring in our bobbin thread. All right, cool. How heavy is it? Cindy, I wish I knew the answer to that. I'll try to find out for you. It's surprisingly, like the new machines are heavy. If you're a Bernina owner, and you're going from like the 7 series or the 8 series, yes, I would say that there's a significant difference in weight. But if you're like a brother owner, I didn't notice too much difference in weight between brother and baby lock top of the lines with Bernina. Maybe it's that camera, it's just more heavy. All right. Are the 830 compatible with the new Bernina? So I know that the 7 series and 8 series hoops are compatible. It's this, and yes, all the sizes are the same. So yes. I'm not familiar with the 830. That was pre-Barbara, so maybe someone can chime in the comments and let us know the hoops for the 830. I think they're the same. Cindy, it's muscle memory to do this kind of quilting. Practice, practice, and practice. Yes. And then with this machine, I find like, I don't know if it's just the extra area, like from the needle to the neck, but like the BISR is so smooth. I don't find myself like trying to like grip the fabric and it like gets all in my shoulders and everything. Yes, Brenda, it is smooth. It's so smooth. It's a joy. It's a joy. It's like driving a BMW or sports car. That's how it feels to sew. It is definitely the sports car of sewing. So thanks for asking those questions. Let me just check the, let's see. Oh my gosh, we got so many comments and we're at an hour. Yikes. I'll try to get in there and answer some questions this evening. But I'm so glad that everyone watched today. Let's do a giveaway. And if you haven't yet, actually, before we do our giveaway, it's just teasing. Please join our Facebook group. It's called B990 Owners. We're going to be doing more videos like this and posting them there. We also, I wanted to announce, All Brands has 7, soon to be 8 locations. We're opening a location in Austin. We're so excited, and I'll be living there. And we're really excited to be going to Austin. But I wanted to show you some of our stores. I sent us some photos, so I put them up. So here's our Baton Rouge store display. And Bossier City, so that's in the Arklatex area, Shreveport, Bossier City, Fabric Boutique. Allbrands.com Fabric Boutique is their name. And yes, we're so happy to be in that area. Here is Houston. We are having our grand opening this Saturday. I'll be having classes on the BE990 and also the Brother 10 needle embroidery machine. So come by and see us from 10 to 4 this Saturday. We're actually going to have a scanning cut giveaway. So you have to be present to win, and we'd love to see you there. Okay, Lafayette, Louisiana. They have, can we talk about this for a second? Courtney and I are traveling to Lafayette and Bossier, and we are bringing 7 B990s with us. We only have 14 spots per class, and we're going to be teaching on the B990 and the L890 overlocker cover hem machine, and it's going to be really fun. Everybody's going to be able to sit at their own machine and stitch out their own project. So that is called All Brands Academy. Don't wait, because seats are going to go fast on that one. San Antonio, we have our All Brands Academy there. But unfortunately, we're sold out now. But if you go to the product pages on our website, you can get on the waiting list for that. That one's going to be Brother and Bernina. And Slidell, I have to tell you about this dress. So our Slidell store manager, Erlene Stocks, is an award-winning Mardi Gras gown designer and seamstress. She's been featured in magazines. So she bought this blue dress and put the VIP charter membership pin on it, and she's going to be embroidering on the dress. I can't wait to see what it turns out like. So if you're interested in a B990, please let us know, because we have, I think, after our current pre-orders, we're going to have 8 additional units left in stock. Anything that's pre-ordered from Bernina is not going to come until 2025. But we as a dealer reserved inventory early. So but we only have 8 additional beyond what our pre-orders are currently. So don't hesitate, because you may wait. You may wait to get it. So with that, it's only a $500 deposit, which is fully refundable. No questions asked. You can opt for trade-in or up to 48 months, 0% financing, and you get, with that luggage set, you get virtual education, you get in-store education, and you get a OESD embroidery bundle that includes a yearly OESD Spree membership and tons of embroidery supplies that are valued at $4,200. Altogether, it's a $6,000 bundle, so don't miss out on that. All right, now we're going to do the giveaway. All right, who wants to win something today? Who's feeling lucky? All right, our winner is going to be, and I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. It's always so much fun to hang out with you. Our winner, ML Weber, congratulations. Please email me at events@allbrands.com with your name, number, and address, and I will send you that code to check out on our website. Congratulations. Maybe you'll get a Bernina foot or whatever kind of foot or supply that you need. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching, and we will see you next Thursday. I think we have Sookie Sews coming on the show, so can't wait for that. See you next week. Bye.